The state already says towns can regulate roads and apply taxes. Why do they need more? I would assume that's relative more power for regulating what we do. Who wants some more power?
Take that one, Jim.
Well, I think we can probably get to the point where we just say ditto about some of the things we've already said, but, frankly, to the point of perhaps you see expansive regulation on certain activities, whether it be farming or logging and those types of things, or even gas drilling. Generally, the problem when we kind of have meetings like this, we are together complaining about overzealous bureaucrats out of Albany that have come down too hard on a particular industry. I mean, that's the complaint I hear, and I see some people in the room that I've had conversations with who've been in contact with me about unresponsive government officials out of Albany. The beauty of home rule is that rather than dealing with some faceless, nameless person up in the state capitol, sitting in a cubicle, you can go to a town board meeting, you can see your local official in a coffee shop in your town, and you can have some input on what's going on in your own community. And I guess I say, what's wrong with that?
It circumvents the Constitution.
Well,
It circumvents the Constitution of the United States.
Can I call you, Jim, and express my concern? Why do we need a home rule to do that? Isn't that your job, to take your constituents' concerns and bring it to Albany?
absolutely. I'll get to your point. And that's what I think the courts will decide the constitutionality.
5 and 12 of the
but-
Constitution. It circumvents the United States Constitution.
Yeah,
And
well,
there is a Supreme
that's,
Court
the
decision
courts will,
on it already.
I guess the courts will decide that. I'm not sure I'm qualified to do that. But to your point, certainly, you can call me anytime, and why do you need this legislation? I got involved in this, as I said at our last meeting, only because I take my job as being a representative of the people in my district very seriously. And when I, a few months ago, had some local governments that wish to exert their local zoning authority on this particular activity, and the law was ambiguous or silent, as I said earlier, I felt that as part of my function as a representative of those communities, certainly not all are going to go down this road. And I'd say a minority of townships and communities are going to go down this road. That's my personal opinion. But those that do, I felt that they needed a voice as well. And so that's why, that was in my mind in terms of getting involved with this legislation, in terms of representative of those, particularly those local governments that have moved forward. Because, believe me, I all day long, I listen to advocates on both sides of this issue, as well as many, many other issues. And all advocates have an important role to perform. But when a local government, a governing body, is the official voice of the people in a community, when they take a stand, I happen to believe that voice ought to be heard at the state capitol, rather than the state just ignoring what local citizens, local governments think. So I mean that's the basis of this legislation.